Ready?
Yep.
Hi, everybody. I'm Courtney O'Connor, Artistic Director of the Lyric Stage Company of Boston, and I am joined by the Producing Artistic Director Emeritus, Spiro Veloudos. Spiro, how lovely it is to see you.
It's great to see you too. And it's great that whenever I hear from you, when I see your name on my phone, I immediately answer it.
So welcome to today's Did You Know About This Lyric? We had a subscriber who sent a question in. So Linda, her question is, how does the lyric decide to adapt a big Broadway musical to its smaller stage?
Well, first and foremost is I don't think of it as paring it down. I think of it as a conceptual idea that I'm going to use for the storytelling. I'm not going to replicate the Broadway musical because it would be impossible, but it's to find a way into the story that works in that very intimate space. One of the first Sondheim musicals I ever did at the Lyric was Sunday in the Park with George. And when I approached Jeannie Howland to design it, she said, Spiro, you're asking me to design a three-dimensional space for a two-dimensional play. And she said, are you crazy? And I said, yeah. You want to go on the ride? And she said, absolutely.
Is there a musical that you wanted to do, but the scope and the scale of it, just simply in the lyric, you felt it could not work?
Yeah. I wanted to do a Mac and Mabel. It has a fabulous score and two really wonderful characters. And again, I approached Jeannie Howland with the idea, and she said, you're crazy, and I'm not going to go on this ride. And I said, yeah, you're right.
But again, it's great to see the space being used in such different ways. It's one of the things I love is how much the space is capable of transforming itself.
You just have to embrace that and say, I love this space, as I call it, the stage of inches, because 1 inch can cause a problem. Actually, I am reminded of a story from She Loves Me, where I had not yet really understood the way to stage at the Lyric. So there is one very large scene. This young woman, Monica Toskis, was in the show. For those who know the Lyric, there's sort of a little wall downstage, left and right. So I had Monica staged in front of one of those walls. During a performance, a patron leaned over to her and said, honey, could you move a little bit because I can't see? So I always remember that.
Okay, Spiro, we had another question from one of our longtime subscribers and good friends, Barbara, who wanted to know, in your Sondheim cycle, which show was your favorite?
That's like asking me to pick among my children. My favorite Sondheim is probably Sweeney Todd. It's a great score, and it's a great story. And it's like, who else but Sondheim could come up with that idea?
I realized that yesterday, October 21st, was the 10-year anniversary of the day we opened Nicholas Nickleby Part 1.
Really?
Yeah.
10 years?
10 years.
How time flies when you're having fun.
I know, right?
Well, we're talking about musicals. My favorite show of all time at the Lyric is Nicholas Nickleby. It was immense and yet intimate all at the same time.
The second thing is I have to ask you, because we get asked this all the time, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just hoping that at some point we get back to, storytellers and those people listening to the story and enjoying the story are all in the same room. I love the Lyric. I will always love the Lyric. And I love the patrons. And so I want to say thank you to them. Let me look in the camera to do this. I want to say thank you for the support that you gave me and the artists at the Lyric, not only just the artists on stage, but those artists backstage And yes, artists that are in the offices, because they are artists in their own right. So keep supporting them.
Well, thank you, Spiro.
Thank you.
Good to
That's been my pleasure.